This is RadioOnFire.com, where social networks meet talk radio. I'm your host, Diamond K. Thank you for logging on. Thank you for tuning in. Now, Radio on Fire is your home for the hottest news, entertainment, and sports. This is the Diamond K Show, featuring celebrity news, gossip, and a whole lot more. New episodes of this show drop daily at RadioOnFire.com. Also, check out Shot97.com. Make sure you listen and watch Star live and direct weekdays, 12 p.m. or on demand at Shot97.com. And also show your support by hitting that donate button. Today, I want to talk about MMA and one of my favorite people, Anderson Silva, is returning to the Octagon for a mega fight against Nick Diaz at UFC 183 in Las Vegas. I have a problem with this. I'm nervous. Now, when Anderson Silva suffered the horrific leg break at UFC 168 while throwing a kick in a rematch against Chris Weidman in December of 2013, it appeared to be the end of his career. I thought it was over. That was one of the most disgusting, horrible accidents I'd ever seen in MMA, and I've been watching it since the early 90s. Not only is Silva coming back to the sport he once dominated, he's doing so in a dramatic fashion, taking on Nick Diaz in the upcoming UFC 183. Now, UFC President Dana White announced the matchup on Tuesday, July the 29th on SportsCenter. Now, he called Anderson Silva, who he's had a lot of problems with as far as contracts and his behavior in the ring. Anderson Silva is back. Also back, Nick Diaz, definitely no stranger to controversy. Nick Diaz. Now, they have signed the match. Anderson Silva, Nick Diaz is going to take place January the 31st, 2015 in Las Vegas, and it will be the main event. It will also be 5 rounds. Now, the fight will be held at the middleweight limit, 185. Silva dominated the division for 7 consecutive years until he was knocked out by Chris Weidman at UFC 162 back in July when he lost his title. The Brazilian fighter is a master at Muay Thai, and his record is 33-6. Nick Diaz, definitely no walk in the park. He's also making his contract, and he just signed a new 3-fight contract with the UFC following a hiatus from sports after a loss to George St. Pierre in March of 2013. Now, he's one of the most exciting fighters in the sports. This is a very, very close matchup. Nick Diaz is very popular, and Diaz's record for the his in-ring work, 26-9. This fight will be epic. Now, if Anderson Silva loses this fight, I think he should stop fighting. The problem that I have here, and whenever you think about Anderson Silva, at least I do, I think about him having his leg shattered after that kick was checked by Chris Weidman. If I'm thinking about it, and I'm just a fan of the sport, what do you think is going through the mind of Anderson Silva? I think that he needs to step back in the ring. He definitely needs to do that, but his performance in the ring should determine whether he goes forward with his career or whether it ends right then. Now, an inevitable match with Chris Weidman, I'm sure, is on his mind, and maybe he will want to retire after that. But the type of a mental impact that a break like that can have on the fighter, I think it's going to cause him to pull back. He's not going to throw as many kicks, and he's going to leave himself open. I think that that's a big part of his arsenal, but I definitely want to know your thoughts. The conversation continues on social media. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at The Diamond K Show. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think that Anderson Silva should even come back? Should he come back to fight Nick Diaz? He's going to be fighting a little bit over 1 year after the horrific break of his leg. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, though. Thank you for listening to the Diamond K Show. Remember, get Radio on Fire on demand anytime, anywhere. Just log on to radioonfire.com.